Kenna, Bridge of Spirits walkthrough. We defeated the Rot Eater in the last video, and now we're into this room with more of these pillars that we've seen at the beginning of this area back a couple of videos ago. And we are just going to do the same thing. We blow them up with the bomb, and then we have to shoot the crystals until the glyphs on them light up. And I'm having a hard time aligning them up for some reason, but we need to get it in that order there. It looks like kind of a deer or something like that. And we're going to do the same thing on the right side. I have to wait for my arrows to recharge from time to time. That was the other thing that bothered me a little, was I sort of wish ammo was different. I don't know why games largely have moved away from ammo that you can run out of. Like, I don't mind collecting arrows, you know. Alright, there's going to be a platform we're going to ride on and a bunch of these suicide bomber corruption things. We'll just blow them up, they die in one hit, and so do the enemies that throw things at us if you hit them in the center while their crystal is exposed. And you will want to be careful with your arrow count. If you haven't been getting the upgrades that give you more arrows, you'll especially want to be a little mindful of how many you're spending here, because otherwise you're going to get attacked and maybe knocked off. And if you get knocked off this platform, I believe you have to start it over, but I'm not sure because I never got knocked off this platform. But I'm assuming that you fall into the poison there and then you have to start over. That would be that feels like something the game would do, because Kenna is oddly forgiving except when it's not. And then there's going to be more of these enemies, and we're kind of in a gauntlet here, so to speak. So I actually think if you die at any point during this, you'll have to go back to the beginning of this cave system where those crystal pillars were earlier when the video started. And there's just going to be a lot of enemies that are going to spawn and kind of march steadily towards you. So try to defeat the ones in one hit that you can, or in that case 2 hits. And then worry about these guys. These guys really aren't hard at all, and I did probably the best dodge I've ever done in my life against that one. And I'm just looking around me to make sure I'm not missing any enemies. There's going to be more suicide bombers. We're just going to take those guys out. And it looks like a really good spot to get the quick draw achievement, which is to defeat 3 enemies with the bow in less than 5 seconds or something like that. And then this Wood Knight, or whatever he's called, is going to spawn, and he's going to be a little bit easier to deal with. We've dealt with a lot of him now, and I'm going to start using the heavy attack on my staff a lot more now, hopefully. And that took out a lot of his health and killed him pretty quick. So then we're still not done. We'll have to come on down here, and once those final bombers die, that's it. We're done with the gauntlet. We can blow up the corruption. And that's probably the hardest part, or at least the most stressful part, I would think, that's in this whole cave system. So we're done there. We are going to have maybe a mini-boss. So earlier in the game we fought the mage, and that was a boss. And now we're going to fight a mage again, and it's just going to be a normal enemy, because that's how the game works. So we're going to blow up these rocks and slide on down. And there's going to be a lot we have to do here. So this took me a few tries, and if you die, you have to repeat this part, so get ready for that. We're going to blow up the pillars on the right side, and we're going to jump over and blow up that corruption. And we can do that with the pulse or with a bow, doesn't matter. Then we have to jump on back to the beginning and do it again on the left side. And once that corruption is gone, that should clear up the poison that's beneath us. And we're going to probably want to jump back because those platforms are timed. And once that corruption is cleaned up, we can jump down into the bottom here. And there's going to be a lot of enemies for us to defeat now. And I think I died here at the very final hit to the mage we're going to have to fight. So at first there's just normal enemies. Those guys that have a shell on them that you can blow up. And then there's another one. So that guy I dodged barely. Just be sure to hit him with the bomb and then actually fully charge your stupid bow before you try to shoot him, which I was not doing. There we go. And then a mage is going to spawn. And the mages will be a little bit tougher now, so you might see more attacks than we saw the first time I fought him. And this one will be especially annoying because she's going to spawn the suicide bombers, and they're going to charge you. And then there's going to be that orb that I am dealing with horribly because I let it hit me. And I'm really just going to try to rush this mage and defeat her as fast as possible. So the first one's dead, and now there's another one. So like I said, they became a regular enemy. So there's that orb again. They follow you forever unless you shoot them. Or it looks like eventually they blow up on their own. Okay, good to know. And shot that orb in time, thank goodness. We can kind of stun the mage and confuse her if we throw bombs on her. And I probably should have used the heavy attack here. I was using more heavy attack, so I think I may have tried. Sometimes the controls in Kena are a little unresponsive, or that's how it feels. But it doesn't matter, I got a little lucky. She didn't do too many hard attacks on me, and I managed to defeat her. And then a doorway is going to open up, and we're going to walk on through there.
village heart was gone.
It all makes sense now. She must have moved mountains to transport the village heart. If anyone could find a way, it would be Adira.
I'll return the relics to the tower. Thank you for your help, Hana. I know it's hard to revisit the past.
I'm glad you've come, Kena. I believe you can help her find peace. Be careful.